What if I told you that studying can be as addictive, as thrilling, and as rewarding as your favorite video game? Sounds ridiculous, right? Because you've been conditioned to believe that studying is supposed to be boring, that it's hard, that it's painful, that it's something you have to do, not something you'd ever want to do. But what if I told you that's a complete lie? You see, the way we were taught to study was never designed to be engaging. It was designed to be tolerable, just enough to get you to sit still, memorize facts, regurgitate them on a test, and move on. That system was never meant to excite your brain. It was never meant to trigger your dopamine, and it definitely wasn't meant to hook you. But video games? They figured it out. Games make you chase progress. They reward your efforts. They break big goals into tiny missions. They keep you in this state of flow, where you're constantly challenged but never overwhelmed. And they trick your brain into wanting just one more level, just one more quest. Now imagine if studying felt like that. Imagine if every time you opened your textbook, your brain lit up like it does when you're about to beat a boss fight. Imagine if your to-do list felt like quests, if your flashcards were like power-ups, if every study session felt like you were leveling up your brain. This isn't a fantasy. This isn't motivational fluff. This is a system, a formula, a way to hack your brain into associating studying with pleasure, not pain. But first, let's expose the real reason why studying feels awful for most people. It's not because you're lazy. It's not because you lack motivation. And it's definitely not because you're not a good student. It's because your brain isn't getting any reward when you study. And without rewards, your brain shuts off. But when you play a game, even the most boring one, your brain gets constantly rewarded. With points, with sounds, with colors, with levels, with progress bars, and most importantly, with that little spike of dopamine that makes you want to keep going. That's the secret, dopamine. Dopamine is your brain's fuel. It's the chemical that drives desire, focus, energy, and action. And the truth is, studying the traditional way kills dopamine. You sit for hours staring at black and white pages, trying to memorize dry facts with no feedback, no progress, no stimulation. Of course your brain resists, but now, what if we flipped the script? What if you could turn studying into a dopamine machine? What if your brain got tiny hits of pleasure every time you completed a small task, unlocked a piece of knowledge, crossed a checkpoint in your syllabus? You'd want to study. You'd crave it. You'd keep coming back, not because you have to, but because your brain would start loving the process. That's the power of gamified studying. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to build it. Step by step, we'll rewire your brain so it sees study time as playtime. We'll inject your study routine with rewards, feedback loops, and addictive challenges. And by the end of this, studying won't feel like a chore anymore. It'll feel like a game you just can't quit. And here's the crazy part. This isn't about tricking your brain temporarily. We're going to reprogram your entire study environment so that your mind starts to crave study sessions the same way it craves your favorite game. So, if you're ready to destroy the myth that studying has to be painful, if you're ready to unplug from the boring system that failed to teach you how to learn, and if you're ready to finally become addicted to progress, obsessed with growth, and unstoppable in your academics, then keep watching. Because once you learn these study hacks, you'll never go back to the old way again. All right, let's dive into the real transformation. To make studying feel like a video game, you need to activate 3 core systems in your brain. The same systems video games are designed to hijack. 1. The reward loop. 2. The progress system. 3. The challenge flow balance. These aren't just fancy words. These are the exact psychological mechanisms that video games use to get you hooked. And once you apply them to studying, you'll find yourself drawn to your desk, not forced into it. Let's break each one down. 1. The reward loop. Give your brain instant gratification. Let's be brutally honest. The traditional study system is broken because it gives your brain nothing to be excited about. You study for hours and what? Silence. No recognition, no spark, no result. Your brain feels empty. Meanwhile, games are rewarding you every 5 seconds. Every time you defeat an enemy, complete a level, or unlock a badge, you get a dopamine hit. That's the chemical that tells your brain, yes, that felt good, let's do more. That's the loop. You take action, you get a reward, your brain gets pleasure. You want to do it again. But here's the twist. You can create that same reward loop in your study life. Here's how. Break your study into micro-quests. Instead of saying, I'll study for 3 hours, say, I'll finish 1 Pomodoro of note revision. Each Pomodoro, 25 minutes, is a quest. And when you complete it, you reward yourself. Use a tracker. Visual proof of progress releases dopamine. Use a whiteboard, habit app, or just paper. Every tick, every point, every mark you earn tells your brain, you're winning. Immediate reward equals immediate motivation. After every 1 to 2 Pomodoros, give yourself something small. A favorite snack, a 5-minute scroll, a music break. You're teaching your brain. Study, win, feel good. The more you repeat this loop, the more your brain starts to crave that feeling of completion. 2. The progress system. Turn your study life into a leveling up game. Think about it. Why are games so addictive? Because they show you that you're growing. Level 1, then level 2, then level 3. You go from weak to powerful, from clueless to a champion. And every step forward is visible, measurable, and satisfying. Now look at how most students study. They cram random topics, skip tracking, forget what they've done, and feel like they're always behind. No wonder they hate it. Their brain never gets the signal, you're making progress. So here's how to build your study progress system. Create a visible EXP bar. Draw a progress bar for your syllabus. For every section you master, color in a chunk. It's stupidly simple, but unbelievably powerful. You see your growth. You feel the momentum. Track your streak. Days studied in a row. Pomodoros completed. Questions solved. The longer your streak, the more your brain fights to keep it going. That's addiction in action. Celebrate level ups. Finish a chapter? Level up. Improve your test score? Level up. Even make a fake level 1 to 100 for your study journey if you want. Just like a game. This gamifies your identity. You're not just studying, you're evolving. And remember, progress doesn't have to be fast. It just has to be visible. Your brain will chase what it can measure. 3. The challenge flow balance. Keep it difficult, but not too difficult. Here's the final key, and it's what separates boring studying from brain-locked focus. In games, you're always slightly underpowered, but never hopeless. The boss is tough, but beatable. The puzzle is tricky, but solvable. That's what keeps you addicted. It's called flow, a magical state where time disappears and your brain is fully immersed. But if the challenge is too hard, you feel anxious, too easy, you get bored, just right, you enter flow, and you can study for hours without realizing it. So how do we use this in studying? Always stretch slightly beyond your comfort zone. Don't just revise what you already know. Study what confuses you, but break it into pieces. Turn hard topics into mini challenges. Use the boss fight strategy. After every few easy study tasks, throw in a difficult one, like solving a past paper or teaching the topic out loud. It's your mini-boss fight. Your brain will rise to the challenge, and the reward will feel 10 times greater. Design your study sessions like a game level. Start easy, ramp up difficulty, end with a win. This keeps your brain stimulated and satisfied from beginning to end. And remember, games don't feel addictive because they're easy. They feel addictive because they're balanced. You win just enough to feel good. You struggle just enough to feel alive. Apply that to your study sessions and you'll never feel bored again. Now pause. Think about what we just did. We didn't just tell your brain that studying is fun. We're training it to believe it. We're hardwiring dopamine into every task. We're making progress visible and satisfying. And we're balancing difficulty to keep your mind in flow. This isn't fake motivation. This is real addiction. Designed, built, and engineered. Just like your favorite game. Be honest, what's your study style right now? Is it chaos or calculated? If studying was a video game, what level would you be on right now? Level 1, level 20, or maybe boss mode? Comment below. What's your current study level? And what's your next upgrade? Planning to build a reward system? Gamify your notes? Start tracking XP? Let's see who's the most creative, the most disciplined, the most dangerously addicted to studying in the comments. I'll be watching, and I'll pin the comment that impresses me the most. Ready? Drop your level below. Let the study war begin.